everyone, this is Jackie Williams in New Zealand, and I'm excited to share with you today a favorite embossing technique. Now, if you're joining me from the video hop, you may have seen some of these techniques already, but I think each of us will have just a slightly different take on it and have some different samples to share with you. So I want to use the embossing folders for my embossing technique, and I'm choosing to use the Seabed 3D embossing folder. So I wanted to show you first, this is what the embossing folder looks like on Granny Apple Green, just embossed as is, without any extras done to the paper. Then I wanted to show you one idea you can do is actually put ink over the top. So I'm going to choose to use a sponge, and you can choose any ink that you wish. I'll just use Granny Apple Green, which is the same color as the cardstock, but you could use a completely different color. And just grab a little bit of ink off on the sponge and lightly go over the top. It's better to go lightly and then add more layers rather than to go too heavy and then get ink in places you didn't want it or in the recessed areas. So you'd get a look like that, and that really does make a difference. Let's bring back the one that's not inked, and you see that it does look quite different and really brings out that print. So inking over the top of your image once you've embossed puts ink on the raised areas of your embossed image. But what I want to show you today is the technique to get ink on the recessed areas of your embossed image. So I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green again. And this time we're actually going to put ink directly on the folder. Now, generally speaking, you'll want to put ink on the side of the folder that has the black Stampin' Up! Label. There are just a couple of exceptions, but a little experimenting will tell you that. But generally, it will be on this side. Now, as for which color of ink, I'm going to choose for this example to use garden green. So it will be a darker green, obviously, than our cardstock. And I found that the best way to apply the ink is to use a sponge brayer. And with the sponge brayers, you want to lightly rub over the ink pad, picking up the brayer with every pass. And then just brayer that onto your folder. And you might want to do a couple of layers. Of course, if you do fewer layers, it will be a lighter layer of ink. And if you do more, then you'll get darker. And then put your cardstock over your inked image and then run that through your embossing machine. Now I've brought it back and I have not removed the paper out of the embossing folder just yet, because what I would suggest is that you open it like so and just check if you want more ink on there. Then because this hasn't moved, you can go ahead and add more ink and go run it through again. Or, for example, if you wanted to add a second color on there, you could do that as well. But once you're happy with your image, you can pull that out and use that. I quite like that. Now, I just wanted to show you a few other variations of this technique. So that's with the garden green. I've got all my ink colors over here. And then this sample is with the Granny Apple Green. This sample is with Coastal Cabana. This one is with Just Jade. And this sample is actually with Basic Gray, so quite a different look. And then you may be wondering about cleaning your folder. Now you can just use a wipe like our chamois, or you can run it under the sink because it's just plastic. You can just, and these are water-based ink, the ink will just come right off. But before you clean it, I would suggest why not run through a couple sheets of white. I don't know if you can see that very well, but you'll just get some green on the white as well. And then those are something you can use. You might as well. You've already got the ink on there. I'll just show you again. This is the embossing folder without any ink at all. And this is the one that we just did with the garden green in the recesses. Now, another thing you can do is combine those techniques of putting something over the top and something in the recessed areas. I like to use my Whisper White ink, even if you just use it on your standard embossed version, or you can, like I mentioned, combine them. Now the Whisper White is quite a thick ink. So So you just want to go a little gentle with it. So that's with the garden green in the recess and with the whisper white over top, and this is without any changes made to it. So you can see it comes up with quite a different look. Now, other things that you can put over the top of your folder, whether or not you've inked your folder or not, is you could use any of the shimmer paints and a sponge dauber and just brush that over the top. You could use your Wink of Stella pen and just put some shimmer over certain details. Or you could even make a shimmer spray using your shimmer paint and some isopropyl alcohol and then spritz over the whole thing so the whole thing is sparkly. I might actually do that for this one. Okay, so we've altered that up quite a bit. Now I just want to show you a really fun quick card idea that uses this technique, or can use this technique, as well as your fun papers. So I'm choosing to use the Whale of a Time papers that coordinate with this embossing folder. And what you want to do is cut 3 of them like a card front size. And the important thing is that you cut all 3 of them together. Now I'm calling this a puzzle card. I have seen a sample of this online, and I don't know if it's called something else already, but I'm just calling it a puzzle card. So you've got all 3 of them together, and basically what you want to do is put it in your trimmer and just make a cut. And it can be a diagonal cut, it can be a horizontal or vertical cut, however you want to make it, but I'm just going to make a cut. And then just carefully move those, making sure that you've cut through all 3. And then you're going to make a second cut. And you might want to make this diagonal going the other direction, but it's completely up to you. Okay, and then you'll want to kind of piece those back how they were, like so. And then you'll need some mats, 3 mats that are just slightly larger than the card front piece that you had originally cut. Basically, we're just going to put them back together. So I'm going to grab this first one, and you'll want to put adhesive even all the way up into the little corners there, and position that where it will sit on the card. And then you'll want to grab your second piece and butt those up together like so. And then we'll grab our embossed piece that we prepared like so. So that makes a really fun and cute card front. And then you will just go through and do the same process with the other pieces. Now I've used the Well Done stamp set and these cute words and little images in here to finish up these card fronts. So I've kept them quite simple because the idea is to have a simple card, and also I thought these would be nice for a young boy. So I've used the Tasteful Labels dies, and this font is just so cute. And these are the Elegant Faceted Gems from the Peony bundle, but they work really well for nautical theme. And then you can see that I've used the braided linen trim and the playful enamel dots and some of the sequins and some ribbons and things just to embellish those up. Now I want to show you a few other samples using my embossing folders and this puzzle card technique. So this one is using the Coming Home suite, and I thought these turned out really nice. And I have used my embossing folders on the velvet, and that comes out really well, and it's very rich and adds this really nice texture to your cards. And I've also used the ornamental envelopes dies to create custom envelope liners to go with this set. Then I did another version with the Well Done bundle, or the Well Done suite, using then some different prints to make it more of a blue look, but you can see that I kept it all quite simple, and this time I added some Wink of Stella onto the embossing folder. And then I made a set using the World of Good or Beautiful World suite, and also used the Tasteful Labels dies, and then just some little bits of ribbon. And I did some different things here. I used my embossing folders on the foil. So this one I used the Old World paper on the foil. And also wanted to point out that because this print has a direction, as so did the houses in this series and the fish in the Well Done suite. You just need to make sure that your papers are going in the right direction so that your words are the right way up. And then this one's probably my favorite of the three, using the new tree embossing folder out of the mini catalog. And then this one, I actually put all three pieces on and then embossed the entire thing. It just makes the words a little harder to read, but it is another look that you could do. And last, I used the Snowflake Splendor suite, and this time I did also heat embossing as well, because these prints are relatively busy, so I felt putting two together, it wasn't working really well. So I did one with the Whisper White with the snowflake, and then put the Frost White shimmer paint over the top to give it a sparkly look, and then used Highland Heather and heat embossed with white the snowflakes to go with the papers. And you can see that there's no direction on these papers, so I can have the portrait versions of the card and also the landscape version, and all of them work. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you get out your inks and your embossing folders and have a little play, and maybe try this concept as well. Thanks for watching. This is Jacque Williams, and enjoy the rest of the videos.